Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. Not okay again. We're done with the intro, so no more intros. Just you know we're all right. So last week's episode with our interview, the first segment, that was episode 1 with Ridor. It was a very good success. And with episode 2, we have also another big face in football. Have played for various clubs. Can you just introduce yourself?
Afternoon, gents. Oh, good morning.
Yeah.
I'm Randy Blau from Pontyville. Currently a coach now. Played, like you said, now played for various clubs. Can't remember how many clubs I played for, but yeah, football is in the veins. So I'm looking forward to this interview.
Okay.
Hope for a good time.
So first of all, which one are you doing today? It's a warm day today, but how are you doing?
It's a bit stressful because I'm thinking about my daughter's that's writing exams. So yeah, I must have my
most, yeah.
yeah. So I'm still thinking about doing okay because you know how it is for everybody that's in matric. It's a bit stressful. So I don't want to show emotion. So I'm trying to keep strong. But yeah, the weather is playing the part. Like they say, Cape Town had our bad weather. Joburg is having it now, so we must enjoy what we have here.
Yeah.
And I'm feeling very confident.
Okay, so the first question of the day is going to be, how did it start? Like, at what age did you get into the football? Because obviously this is a football, so we want to know how did it come in? What age?
Yeah, it started, I think it was probably 6, 7 years old. I'm turning 40 next year, so you can imagine how long back that is. Yeah, I think it was Aces before it changed to Blugam United. We were still training there at Mimosa, that field. What's that street name there? Yellowwood. Yellowwood, yes. So, yeah, it was my family played football. I think my dad played a few years. My uncle played also. So, we were just all excited to play football. And how I turned out to be a goalkeeper was like I didn't know what was a goalkeeper. So, played on training, and then I think the coach said, "We want to be a goalkeeper." I'm like,
I think Mama is deciding everybody because the show was going to be a goalkeeper and something.
yeah, so I just put up my hand and say, "Look, I want to be a goalkeeper," not knowing what a goalkeeper is. So, and then start kicking the balls, and and that is where it started. So, it's a long journey, but it was well worth it. So, here we are, and still playing.
Yeah.
Now and then, I think I can still compete against a lot of boys. So, yeah, the start was 7 years ago, 7 years old when I started.
Would you say a goalkeeper is the toughest position on the field?
Honestly speaking, it's probably the loneliest position in the field, because remember, when you make a mistake, everybody looks at you. You can make 1,000 saves in a game. One goes in, you to blame. So we had a discussion now the other day where we had with goalkeepers and that, and we all agreed that it's tough being a goalkeeper because we put our body through different environments. We have to dive. People always think, what the hell are you guys doing and all that, but at the end of the day, they need to be a goalkeeper. And they say goalkeepers are actually not made. They are born to be goalkeepers.
Yes.
But yeah, it's kind of tough being a goalkeeper, especially in the olden times, or like I said, the olden times. There weren't goalkeeper coaches, so we had to mentally be ready all the time when all the other players had coaches that could teach them how to shoot, how to score goals. But goalkeeper, you must just be ready. So it's a position that, how can I say, everybody needs a goalkeeper, but nobody wants to be a goalkeeper.
I don't want to dive. I don't want to dive.
Look, goalkeeping is not, it's a lot of it's about diving, but if you know the way the game is played, you don't have to dive. I think I always make that example that if your positioning is correct, you don't have to dive. There is no need for you to be acrobatic when you don't need to be. So do the basics, and I think it goes through the whole field from defenders. If you do the basics, your job will be much easier. So yeah, like I said, the goalkeeper is a very lonely, because most of the time you will stand there at the back, you lose concentration, one goal, everybody's on you. I've known we made mistakes, but it's how you come back from the next game, and that shows character. And one thing about goalkeepers is there is this stigma that all goalkeepers are crazy. If you're not crazy as a goalkeeper, then I don't think you will make it, but a lot of people won't take note of you because you need to be mentally stupid or something like that. Honestly, honest to God, you need to be crazy, you need to speak, you need to shout. You're probably the only person that can really swear on the field. But yeah, that's a goalkeeper for you. If you need to have that characteristics to be a goalkeeper.
Okay, so this is a question that I would like to know from your point of view as a keeper. This new modern day where the keeper has to play with the ball and everything like that. What is your point of view of that?
Honestly, from my perspective, it's a good thing because you have to move with the times, and you can't expect a goalkeeper to be good with his feet if you don't have the training for it.
True.
So a lot of people is like coaches, they're watching TV, they're watching games, and they expect everything to start from the back, but you don't train that. So it's like I said earlier, in the older generations, we didn't have coaches that could teach us that. But nowadays, there is a lot of courses that we're doing. There's you get your Farouk Abrams, the Faga Academy, where you can go and experience how to play the type of football that you want to play, where they show you actually how you have to train the goalkeepers. But you can't expect your 16-year-old goalkeeper to start playing from the back if they never had the training. So you need to have the proper training to do what the coach wants. But the coach can't expect you to do something if you never done it before. So it's difficult for a goalkeeper because I've seen it where they say play from the back. If the goalkeeper's not comfortable playing from the back, then don't force. And like we said earlier, one mistake, it's a goal. Because we're the last line of defense. Anything that happens at the back, it can create a goal. So I think we need to be very careful when we say that goalkeepers need to play out from the back all the time. It's game related, but it needs to be coached. If you don't coach it, you're not going to perfect it. And there's a lot of stuff that you can actually do to perfect it or to go further into it. But I think people just don't have the time, but they're just looking at the outfield players. So it's kind of difficult for us as goalkeepers to start playing from the back if you never had the proper training years.
So next question, you said you've been by a lot of clubs, so at this moment in time, where you at your football career? I know you're 40 and goalkeeper, but where you at in your football career at this moment in time?
Currently I'm playing at Greenpoint. We're playing in the Tygerberg first in the Premier Division. I'm assistant coach to the first team, but I'm also the head coach of the reserve team.
Yes.
And I do play over 35 also. So yeah, I'm trying to keep active there also.
Is that something you enjoy doing, the coaching?
I'm not sure why, but over the years, people just assume that I'm a coach.
Yes.
Because apparently, there's a saying that goalkeepers see the game much better. So for me, all the years that I've been playing, I've seen a lot of stuff. I know exactly where players need to run.
Yes.
So people assume that I'm a good coach.
Yes.
So I just went and while playing, I gave my input. So yeah, like I said, people assume that the coach is I'm a coach. But yeah, it's the end of the playing careers now. At the end now, so it's time for the next level. I don't think I can stop with football.
This in the point. Like you said, this in the point.
It's tough. I tried stopping, but I don't think it will happen. But yeah, look, coaching is a different thing. It's something that you experience you experience different stuff with the coach. We all think it's easy, but like last year this year actually was the first year that I was like fully invested, and to be honest, it's very draining. It's tough. You make mistakes, you make errors, there's so much stuff that you have to do to make sure that everything is proper. So it's a tough thing, but I mean, with the education that you can have or that you can get into coaching, it should help you a lot.
Okay, so one thing that I want to know was, in your long career of football at various clubs in England, was there any setbacks in your career where you were like, am I going to come back to football now, or what? Was there any setbacks in your career?
Like injuries or something?
Anything like that?
To be honest, I'm actually quite happy I never picked up a career-changing injury. I've always said that if I had to break something, I would rather break an arm. I know I'm a goalkeeper, but I don't want to have a leg injury. I've seen players that broke ankles, broke legs, knees, and not to be mobile and that. So I'd rather break an arm. I know I broke an arm when I was about 13 years old. I think a lot of people still remember that. But yeah, the only setback that I picked up was when they started with the unders rule, the under 23 and the under 21 rule. So when it came for us to play in the Mochepi League, at that time it was still Vodacom, we were good enough, but we were not young enough. So most of the experienced players had to sit back. And what a lot of clubs are doing is they want an under goalkeeper, which make it difficult for the experienced goalkeeper to start because teams want more experienced players infield. So yeah, that was like a setback, but I didn't still let it go to my head. I just continued playing. Like I set myself a goal when I was 16, 17 years old. If I'm not a pro by the time I'm 26, 27, I will still play, but not at the same intensity of making a pro still, because I mean, in South Africa you can make it as a pro at 27 and they still call you a youngster. But I think when that rule came in, it was similar to the time when I think I just turned 25 or so, and then yeah, they said now the experienced goalkeepers or experienced players not gonna play that much because you need to have your 5 unders or whatever numbers it is. So that was kind of the setback that I or a lot of players in Cape Town football or generally in South Africa picked up. So we could have made a lot of more pros, but yeah, they went with the development of the football.
So with the coaching at the moment, back on the coaching. In coaching, where do you see yourself in 5 years exactly, if you can visualize something with it? What would you like to achieve?
That question was asked when I did my C license now. What is your destiny for a coach? And I said that in the class that I'm sitting, this is my destiny. We need to make sure that we get educated all the time. I can't say in 5 years time I'm going to be in a PSL and it don't happen. We just have to work every time, learn, adjust, and see. You mustn't. Yes, a lot of people say put your goals in there for 5 years, but when it's coaching, again, coaching is a ruthless job. We've all found out. We all see it on TV. We all see it how it happened. So I don't think for me to put in a 5 year goal, it would be, how can I say, interesting to me. I'll just go with the flow. Like
you keep on working.
Yes, and keep on learning, keep on making sure that I understand and learn about the game, because we tend to think that because you have a license now that you must coach at this level and that level. It doesn't work like that. What if something don't work out the way you want? Then you have to set yourself another goal, and it can take a toll on you. So yeah, I don't set myself goals. I just go with whatever I see that's in front of me at the present time.
Yes. Okay, so one of the questions that I would like to know also from you is that, like, what was your first memory that made you fall in love with the game? Like, what made you say, like, okay, if it was a match maybe, or a feeling that got you like, okay, this is why I love football?
I can't really recall, but if, like, you guys are still young, when I was 6, 7 years old, the Metropolitan was the place to be. And my parents used to take me, and my grandparents, they used to take us to the field, and it was always buzzing. And as a 6-year-old, you also want to kick the ball, and then, so I can't remember. I didn't watch TV that time, but we were just a bunch of friends in the area that just decided, okay, we're gonna go play for Blue Gum, and that's where it started. I don't think I had any desire to play football. It was like, oh, let's go play, and it just started from there.
I see it. And one of the last questions, any like words of advice for the kids coming up now? You know how it is in our communities. Any advice for the kids?
There's so much advice that we can give. One of the things is that they need to listen, and there's a difference between listening and hearing. I always say it. You can hear a person speak, but are you listening? That's in my opinion very important, because we have a lot of youngsters. There's so much potential that we have especially in our area. But to see the boys just go down the drain thinking that they're bigger in the game, I think just be humble, listen to what is said, especially when it comes to coaches. Yes, we're not all the best coaches, but we all have the same issue when we ask a question, what advice can we give? There's so much advice that can be given, but at the end of the day, it's up to the individual. How is he responding to where he wants to be? Like you asked me earlier about the goals, about the 5-year plan. You as a player also, we all watch TV, we all want to be on top, like it's watching the Messi's and the Ronaldos. They want to be there, but are you willing to put in the hard work? That's it. We can be the coaches. If you don't come to training, there's nothing I can do about it.
That's true.
And then we want to blame, it's the coaches and those people, but it starts with you. So sort out your life first before you can do anything else. Because once you have the confidence in yourself to be a better player or to be a better human, everything will fall in place. But if you have your side little tracks, it just brings you down. And I've seen it. There's a lot of players that is not playing football anymore, or they're not on the level that we all thought they're going to be, because they thought that they're bigger in the game. And there's a saying in this game that the game will humble you. You take the game for a joke, it will humble you. Don't ever think that the game is bigger. And I've seen under 12 boys, under 14 boys, under 16 boys thinking that they're bigger in the game. There is so much to learn in this game, and I think that is where the problem starts. That they think that, okay, I'm on this level, I'm already better than everybody. They just need to humble themselves and stay positive and make sure that they must do what they must do. If you want to do the right thing, you will go far. If you want to do the wrong things, your career will stop at certain times. So I can't say I've got advice. We've all been given different advice. So it's how you as a player take in from whoever and learn from everybody that you speak to. Sometimes it's bad advice, sometimes it's good advice, but if you're more mature, or you're mature enough that you can understand what is being said to you, you have the right to make up your own mind. So that's my advice to the youngsters that's coming through now.
Okay, so that is a wrap to the interview. We enjoyed the interview already so much, and I hope you guys enjoyed and took in what Randy said about everything. For the youngsters is most importantly. So guys, we want to say again thank you for coming on the show. We appreciate it a lot. And I hope you guys also put in the comment section what you liked most about what Mr. Brown said in the interview. And also if you guys are interested in giving us more suggestions of who we can get on here, what we can put more on. But guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And hit the notification bell so that you know when we upload. Thank you once again, Mr. Brown.
Thank you very much for having me, guys.